Shannon left, and Shannon is back. Hello, everyone. We lost Shannon for just a second.
Go play
and
with
now,
the squeaky toy.
Oh, that is my dog. That's my 6-month-old Missy, who I swear has not touched that toy until just now, and decided that now it's a good time to play with the squeaky toy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why not? Welcome to the In No Particular Order podcast. Episode, I don't know which one, and Shannon's gone again, but that's okay. He'll be back. And we are going to mock draft villains with this enormously wonderful group of people that we have here. I mean, it's kind of like, I feel that this should be my last in no particular order because it's not going to get any better than this. Like I've hit the apex and I want to go out on top. So this will probably be the last in no particular order. Plus Terry has to go to school. So Terry starts teaching again. Teacher of the year. She's going to win it again this year.
Not this year. That was last year.
Yeah, but you can win it again this year. I have faith in you, Terry.
What grade do you teach?
Second.
Oh, God bless you. My daughter just started second grade 2
Do
days
not
ago.
let her go to Terry school. Do not let her go to Terry school.
I'm in Florida.
I love her, but
Okay.
But you don't want your kids. Yeah. So we are going to draft, like I said, villains. 7 rounds, snake draft. The order of the draft will be Mr. Adam Rank will go first, Mr. Jeff Lambert will go second, Mr. J. Is it Feliciano?
Felicio.
Oh,
Close. I've been
close.
called Jay Feliciano many, many, many times, and
I
much
like
worse
Feliciano. I think it's
over my lifetime. So I can deal with that.
I can only imagine what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Ha.
Jamie P. I'm just going to go last initials now. We'll go after Jay. Shannon A. will go after Jamie. TeeV. Terry will go then. I will go last. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I almost put myself first so that I could get the 1A pick because I knew it was going to be gone by the time I got to 7th. But then I thought that would be selfish, and why start off like that?
Your show, be selfish.
I was going to say, you could have it.
We're in your world.
I'm confident that he's going to last or she's going to last until the 7th pick.
Oh,
no, it's gone. It's over. All right. So everyone,
that was just all an elaborate setup, right, Gladys?
Yes.
I think everyone knows everyone because, like I said, I don't think I could get any better people than what I have right here. So this will be the last show unless Jeff makes me do another one. And I think that we will start off with the question of the day. And it is, if you had to eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be, Mr. Adam Rank?
Okay, I'm going to say tacos, which I think is probably the most basic answer. But my question to that is, do you get different varieties?
Yeah,
of what
of course.
You're saying? Like, so I get different kind of tacos.
Right.
I can have carnitas one day. I can have El Pastor. So I can switch it up. In that case, tacos wins, and it's a runaway for me.
Wow.
For me, I know it might not be everybody else's choice, but it certainly is mine.
As long as it's tacos and it's not tacos from Taco Bell, because then
no,
you'll be in the bathroom quite often.
Whoa!
There's nothing wrong with Taco Bell here. Like, obviously, it's not as good as like a street taco or something.
If I had to eat Taco Bell every day, I would. Yeah, let's just.
I would love if I could eat Taco Bell every day.
Okay, Shannon, let's go. Let you go next then.
So not Taco Bell. Got it.
Not Taco Bell.
Fried chicken? Wait, can I say chicken? Like, is that?
No. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, chicken just seems like you could have it fried one day. You could have it marinated. You could have it raw if you want, whatever.
I eat bacon and eggs almost every day.
So you pivoted to chicken?
I mean, yeah, I would eat chicken every day for sure.
In any form, like all the forms? Shannon, I've seen you eat. You eat the most healthy. When you ate at the bar, you had the most healthy. Like you wouldn't touch anything if it wasn't like salad. And now you're going the deep dive into fried chicken and Taco Bell.
You can make chicken healthy too.
Well, that's the thing is those things I love. I just don't eat them often, right?
Oh, okay.
But if
Nashville hot chicken. I mean, you got the possibilities are endless.
Hot chicken is not it.
Oh, I love it.
No.
Wow. Jay, I'm going to have you go next because you and Shannon in this fast food like realm are really scaring me.
I thought Adam was going to take mine when he said that there's a lot of different possibilities. I'm going to go with pizza. And you think it is kind of basic,
yeah.
but you got
No.
your breakfast pizza, you've got your deep dish, you've got all your different types of styles. You can do your dessert pizzas. So I got the whole day
Wow.
covered with pizza. So.
You guys are like really expanded this way more than I thought. Yeah, I clearly did not think this out.
Wait till we get to the villains. You haven't seen anything else.
Jeff.
All right, so I'm gonna treat this as a draft, and so I'm gonna say that tacos are off the board, chicken's off the board, pizza's off the board. So I'm gonna go with probably one of the more versatile foods that are left on there, and I'm gonna take eggs. You can have them scrambled, fried eggs. You can make all kinds of stuff out of eggs. So I'm just gonna go simple here and take eggs. I probably would have gone pizza, but treating it like a draft, Jay took pizza. He sniped me, so I'll take eggs.
Ooh.
Well, aren't eggs just baby chickens?
That's a good point.
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Terry.
Okay, so my thing was ice cream.
You would eat ice cream every day.
I would.
Oh my God.
And you can have a variety of ice cream too. You can
Absolutely.
have fried ice cream,
Mhm.
or let's see.
More
Not
than
fried.
one's a variety.
Okay.
Right.
A wide variety. You can have it fried or frozen. I guess you can have it. You can have it melted. You can have it.
Or you get a freeze dried.
You can put it in a cup. You can put it in a cone.
All
There you
right.
go.
Jay.
So my favorite food of all time, I could eat every day if I can, is barbecue ribs.
Barbecue
I mean, there's
ribs.
different. There's pork. There's beef. I mean, you could grill them. You could smoke them. You could bake them. Put them in the crock pot. Just one of my favorite things to make. I actually make them once a week, every Saturday.
Please don't boil them. Do not
No.
What he means is you can use your sous vide.
Jesse agrees with Terry on the 100% ice cream.
Thank you, Jesse.
I don't know. I guess I thought of it differently. I put macaroni and cheese. I would eat macaroni and cheese every day.
Can't
If I
argue
could.
with that.
Can't argue
Yeah.
with that.
And,
I can argue with it. No, terrible.
You're not a mac and cheese hater, are you?
No,
I mean,
but I could just argue.
He
with
could
it.
just argue.
Oh,
with it.
that's
You know?
It's just like I love because like this was on Twitter. I think it was yesterday where somebody's like, Daniel Jones is arguably the best running quarterback. And I'm like, it's true. It's true. Where
And
it's
I'm
like,
gonna argue.
but it's like, like I can argue it. Like Taco Bell is arguably the best taco shop in the world. You're definitely wrong. It's a horrible opinion. But yes, you may argue that as wrong as you want to be. It's like a toddler. It's like, like I got a 4-year-old and a 8-year-old, and it just feels like they want to argue anything. Like they're so even when they're just dead wrong, they're just so committed. They're like, nope, this is the way it is, and you're just like, oh, it's like,
Are they boys?
that's a boy and a girl.
Who's older, the boy or
The
the
girl,
girl?
the girl is older.
I'm dealing with that same thing. I have a 7-year-old girl and the same thing. Even you can agree with her and then she just changes her mind. It's like, nope, actually, this is what's right now.
This is what's it.
Children. So I'll never have them. My dogs don't argue with me. Well,
That's true.
they just piss on
Well,
the
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
arguable.
yeah.
Kids do that too. So
That's an argument. That's an argument.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's up, Mr. Scamper? It's good to see you. Dame Overboard, good to see you. Personal greeting to Jay.
Dame and scams, those are my peoples.
I love scams.
Well, my person and my cat.
Yeah, the cat people. And okay, in addition to having like this really miraculously lovely, beautiful, both aesthetically and emotionally and intellectually cast of characters who are going to do the draft, we have a special guest doing the promo. Bah! Okay, Mr. Rank, take it away.
Adam.
Oh, is that it? Oh, I just start. Okay. No, I think for my first one, this
No,
was.
no. You're doing the underdog promo.
Oh, I'm doing the underdog promo. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Underdog Fantasy is the easiest way to play fantasy football. It's simple to get started. Just head to underdogfantasy.com, or better yet, download the app and sign up right now using the promo code
G.
GF2.
Yes.
And your first initial deposit will be matched by Underdog up to $100. Once again, go to underdogfantasy.com or download the app. It's free and easy to get started. Make your deposit today and get started playing fantasy football or any fantasy sport, really.
I'm gonna just like record that, or it is recorded, and I'm just gonna play it every time I have to do a podcast.
Yeah, is it his microphone that makes him sound so goddamn good, or
I know, right?
Maybe.
Voice filter, you know.
Yeah.
Little column A, little column B.
All right, people. As I said, we were doing a villain mock draft. The villain can come from any genre.
Mhm.
Can be either real life villains if you so choose, if you have them.
No, I got one.
Okay, all right. And so the order of the draft will be Adam, Jeff, Jay, Jamie, Shannon, Terry, and myself. Mr. Adam Rank, please, your 101 villain for the night.
My 101 villain is going to be Superman. He is the absolute, he's the ultimate villain. Batman has it right. Batman is always suspicious of, he never trusts Superman because he cannot be defeated. That's why Batman and him are always at odds. If you watch any sort of, any of the animated features, anything like that, even Batman versus Superman, there is actually a title. They did do a version of Batman versus Superman. It was called Red Sun, and it was a reimagining of Superman where he landed in Russia. And the way the world would have been different if during the Cold War, Superman was on Russia's side instead of the United States. So I think that when you have an alien like that, and why are we just so accepting and so trusting? That's why Batman's the best. And by the way, Batman always beats him. Batman always finds a way to outsmart him. So Batman being my number one hero, his top villain, it's not Bane, it's not the Joker, it's Superman. And I challenge anybody who knows comics to disagree with me because they know it's
Arguably.
Arguably.
Yes.
I have to agree with Lee Patterson. Adam Rank comes out guns a-blazing. From the right side, out of the box, left hook, Superman, the 101 villain.
101. We got to find a way to defeat him.
Love it.
Okay, Jeff, can you follow that?
Well, I want to answer his question. He said, why do we trust Superman? I think it's the haircut. It's got to be there.
No, Lex Luthor, the bald guy, he also knows. Lex Luthor also knows what's up. He also doesn't trust him. Like, it's Lex Luthor and Batman are the only two. It's kind of like in the they go into professional wrestling where Bobby the Brain Heenan was always skeptical of Hulk Hogan. And he always knew that Hulk Hogan was bad, and then he joined the NWO and he was proven correct. That's the way Batman and Lex Luthor are. They're like, yeah, we got it. Superman will turn. And as a matter of fact, if I was redoing the Justice League, they had it set up perfectly for that movie. The whole movie should have been the Justice League against zombie Superman. And they finished that in like 2 minutes. You're like, oh, that's it. We're already going to Doomsday. Like, okay, fine.
Okay. All right.
All right, so I am on the clock, and I didn't know if he might have gone 101. I was kind of hoping he didn't. If you can kind of see the background here, if you know where I'm at, I'm in Darth Vader's lair. So my 101 would have been Darth Vader, but I'm happy to take him here at the 102. Growing up in the 80s, Darth Vader was the coolest villain. Obviously, you know, the whole thing with the Empire Strikes Back, when you find out he's Luke's father and the whole story behind it. So Darth Vader is my 102 here.
Nice. All right, Jay.
There's a couple different ways I could go. I have a couple of people that are high on my list. Notice, Gladys, I said people. I didn't say man. I didn't say woman. You can't give away any details, but I think I'll be able to get the one who I really want the most. I think I'll be able to get on the way back. So I'm going to go with Bowser. For those of you who have, grew up a gamer. I mean, how can you not? He's a lover. He's got a beautiful voice. I mean, you see peaches, 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 peaches. I mean, it's beautiful. He has a.
And with my star, you're gonna rule. Peach, you're so fine. I'm gonna love you till the end of time. Sorry. Okay, sorry.
It's not the microphone. It's him.
So yeah, I'm going Bowser. I mean, he's got ships that fly around. He's got, I mean, millions of Koopa Troopas that do whatever he wants. He's got Magic Koopa that can pretty much do whatever he wants at his will, and he can play the piano. So I mean, he does it all. He's a lover.
Nice.
Going Bowser.
Love it.
I do like that. Jamie.
All right, my 10, what am I, 105?
4.
I'm gonna go basic, and it's Batman's most famous villain. It's the Joker.
Superman.
All right, I have a question. Which Joker?
Just the character in general.
Okay.
Because I guess I heard there's like 3 different kinds of Jokers. I don't know the backstory behind them, but I do know that the Joker is actually not insane at all. I heard that he's it's called Super Sane, which is like so sane that in other people's eyes it looks
Dragon Ball Z, right?
insane. And then he said that he's actually known that he's a comic book character inside of a comic. That's how sane this dude is.
Okay.
I love it.
I have a question that may or may not be relevant to my choice. If he doesn't choose a specific Joker, can I choose a specific Joker to be the villain?
Absolutely.
All right.
It's your show.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but
you can even say, you know what, you can't have him.
Yeah.
I want him. This
No,
is my
Jamie, pick
show.
someone else. I'm just kidding. So it's good. You're fine. Shannon?
Superman is a villain. Wow. Batman could be a villain.
Whoa, hey.
Billions of dollars, not putting it towards resources, just punching guys in the dick. I don't know.
He doesn't kill anybody. He does. The Wayne Foundation actually has a lot of charities that they're taking care of. So I feel like he's one of the most philanthropic people out there, making better use of his resources.
Yeah, that's called a tax write-off. Billionaires do that. They don't have to pay so much in taxes. I don't know how to do this. That's fair. Superman is a villain. I love it. Love to hear it. My 105. I'm gonna go with Magneto.
Damn it.
Great choice.
That was a great choice.
He is honestly one of my favorite. He's like my top 3 favorite comic book characters of all time. He's based somewhat on Malcolm X. He looks incredible in both the movies and the comics. He has like a white uniform that he wears. He looks incredible. His powers are absolutely bonkers. His philosophy is maybe more violent than I would be. However, it's way more violent than I'd be. However, it's comic book. It's not real life. Love it. Love to see it.
Yeah, great choice.
Big fan. Big Magneto fan.
I like Magneto. I like that. Mighty Ducks Iceland coach. Terry, who do you have?
I guess mine's 106.
Yeah. Yep, it is.
Well, I'm heading back to Star Wars. So even though he had Darth Vader, I had Emperor Palpatine.
Good choice.
Just because he had everyone fooled for a little while there and went from one development to another. He's got lots of powers. The cunnery scheming is one of them.
I was laughing at Scamper's answer in the chat as a Yankees fan. I do agree with that.
You know what I will say about the Astros who allegedly cheated is arguably cheated. By the way, Joey Cora is involved in that. When you look at Baseball Reference, Joey Cora is wearing a Dodger hat. So, and by the way, they beat the Yankees and they beat the Dodgers. So if you're a team that beats 2 of the bigger villains, are you not a good guy? Like you're actually like, you're maybe an underhanded good guy, but ultimately it was against the Dodgers and the Yankees. So I'm like, I'm not going to hold it against you. Like you're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
There can be multiple bad guys going at each other.
Different places on the card. I mean, that's fair.
Okay. So I went, I think, a completely different way again than you guys did. Like I picked specific people. So my 107 villain is Kaiser Soze from The Suspects. Because
Can I cross him off my list?
first of all, we don't even know if he's narrating the entire story that we're watching. So we don't even know if it's true. But we do know that Kaiser Soze is a really bad guy, or is he? We don't know because he's narrating the story and we know the parts that are false, like the whole entire story, but the beginning and the end, he gets away like the devil, like he never is going to show his head again. So Spacey's portrayal, Kaiser Soze and The Usual Suspects would be my 107. He's a villain inside the narrative and he's a villain for us outside the narrative because we're not sure if the narrative is good. What?
That movie's one of my top 10 all time. I love that.
I know, right? It's like the best movie ever.
Yeah.
And then the next one I'm going to take now because I fear that Terry might have it on her list.
I'm worried that mine's going to be taken, but okay, go ahead.
So I'm going to go with, Terry might not have it on her list. I'm going to go with Rowan Pope, Papa Pope from the TV series Scandal. He was like, first of all,
good one.
Anytime he had a speech, he was magnificent. Like his monologues and dialogues were the best ever. And he was behind everything. It was for the good of Olivia, maybe, but he was behind the killings. He was behind the president getting sacked. He was behind all the good and bad things that happened. So Papa Pope from Scandal would be my 201. Thank you.
That's a good one, Gladys. And this was before I had children. It wasn't my proudest moment, but my wife and I didn't start Scandal until like years after. My wife and I watched 24 episodes of Scandal over one weekend, just vegetating on the couch. Obviously, before children.
I was going to say, is that when you got her pregnant for the first time?
Whoa!
We won't go into those details, but
he neither can confirm nor deny that happened in that sequence of order. I know it's like one of those shows you could watch over and over and over again.
Yep, and just every episode, cliffhanger's coming, but
I gotta see whenever Joe Morton does a speech, you just like, that's the best speech ever. Like every speech was better than the last speech. Terry, did you have him?
No, I have someone else. I know I have someone else though that
whatever.
I was worried you were going to say.
Okay, whatever. I'm fine.
You wait till.
I'm fine.
Wait.
It's your turn.
Good.
So mean.
So
that is the meanest thing. Wait, can I work blue here? By the way, I really did before the show. I dropped some bad words, but I want to tell that Mr. Scampers bleep right off.
That is dirty, Mr. Scampers.
What team do you root for? Who's your squad, Scampers? I want to know.
Dude, the way you just said Scampers to that guy.
To that cat.
I'm jumping ahead to my pick, Mr. Scampers.
Okay, so Gladys, following you, my 202 would be Amy Dunn, who is from Gone Girl.
Yeah.
She's the wife that set the whole thing up against her husband.
That
is she
Yes, that's one I thought you were going to take.
No, I didn't put Gone Girl. I didn't put Gone Girl on there. I saw it,
yes,
and I thought about it, but
so she has that superpower of being a schemer.
Is that a superpower?
Again, that's the second one. Yeah,
is that a superpower? Because
I believe it is.
Right.
Speaking of the Yankees being a villain, Ben Affleck's character was supposed to wear a Yankees hat, and he would not do it because he's a diehard Red Sox fan. So that's why he's wearing a Mets hat in the movie.
I didn't notice he's wearing a Mets hat in the movie.
Mm-hmm. There's one part.
Oh,
get over yourself. Wear what the director's telling you to wear. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was in a movie and they're like, "Hey, you've got to wear a Packers hat," I'd be like, "All right, like whatever."
Yeah.
I'm a character. I'm a character.
You're not Batman.
That's true. You know what? I changed my list. Batman's my 1.0.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
I don't know if Ben Affleck could do an underdog promo like that, though.
Oh, he couldn't. He couldn't. But he does a really good. What is that commercial? Dunkin' Donuts. He does.
Yes.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, really? They're really good. He does a Dunkin' Donuts commercial. They're pretty good. Shannon. 203, baby.
Was Amy Dunn a bad person? I mean, men have done a lot of atrocities to women, so.
No, but she kills NPH though. All he did was love her. In a stalking kind of way.
In a stalking kind of way.
It's still, I mean, that's kind of love. I mean,
See, that's what I'm saying. Maybe.
Like Superman. She's like Superman.
I don't know that Superman ever shoved a bottle up his hoo-ha.
He sends Zod into the Phantom Zone.
Same thing.
Tomato.
Zone. It's a different zone, but you know.
I'm open to being wrong. I'm just throwing some things out there that could be arguable.
Arguing. Who's arguing?
There's a theme. There's a theme here.
There's a theme. I brought it up. It's okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Russell Hantz, who is from the show Survivor.
Oh yes.
A lot of people call him a villain. I would not. I would think he was a great player of the game. However, he's been labeled a villain. And in the game, he was very strategic.
Mm-hmm.
He got the right players with him. I think he made it final 2 at least 3 times. And maybe and he did it twice, like 2 in a row. In fact, he found a ton of idols. He had a great game. Not the coolest person on the planet, but a really good Survivor player. And if I were on Survivor and be like, why are you playing this? I'd be like, because my boy Russell Hantz, he really inspired me to go out here and find every idol that exists.
I've never seen Survivor. So is it like it's like Big Brother?
It's like Big Brother on an island.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's more condensed or whatever. He wore a horrible hat. Like he had this terrible fedora that he would wear.
Yeah.
That all said, regardless of him, he just played a really good game, and he's been labeled a villain. And sure, whatever, I don't care. He's a great Survivor player, one of the best in my opinion.
Okay, all right, I accept that because we said it could be.
That's
anything.
good. It was good. That's a good choice. Remember Terry the fighter pilot? I always loved him.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The year that he was in there with who won it? Sias, the UCI basketball player.
Yeah.
They rigged that game against him because the last challenge was like floating on water, and there's a girl who's like 5'2", who's like, of course she's gonna blast, and she's like, oh, I'm still upset for Terry the fighter pilot.
Dame Overboard. I'm glad that you like the sound of the squeaking toy because
it's good.
It's
it's there.
It's there. Yeah, that's what she's doing. It's the 101 of sounds. No, you haven't heard her bark yet. Wait till someone tries to go out one of the doors around me. That's the 101 of sounds. She's like 42 pounds and barks like a 500-pound German Shepherd. Yeah, it's impressive. It actually
got
really
that
is.
Dog in her. The dog's got the dog in her.
Jamie.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go with Jaws.
The shark?
Shark. So actually, Jaws was actually based on a true story that happened back in the early 1900s. But they made 3 Jaws movies, and in the third one, Jaws was so smart that he actually swam across the whole ocean, going down to Florida to take revenge on that family.
Okay, first of all, I didn't know they made more than one Jaws movie.
Yep.
You knew that?
And Jaws Week, right? Shark Week.
Yeah, but that's not Jaws. That's not like Roy Schreider Jaws. Like, we're going to need a bigger boat Jaws, right?
Rode the Jaws ride at Universal before they got rid of it. I was like,
why did they get rid of it?
Because they, the Minions and Super Mario World.
Yeah, they have to.
Okay.
It gets aged out.
Rotate.
Like, I'm old enough to remember they used to have a Battlestar Galactica one. And it was the Cylons that were the robots with the red eye that would go back and forth.
Do they still have the King Kong ride? I remember that one too.
No.
They have a new one.
That one.
They have a new one called Kong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I have a picture of me and my parents with it, at the end where you hold him in the hand and everybody's got to make the scared face.
Yeah.
I think that Mr. Scamper is scared of Jaws because he's a cat, but I could be wrong. It's terrified because of the cat. Jay, oh my God, you're up.
Well, this is the one that I was going to take first round, but I played a little strategery and it paid off. I thought Adam might take this person at 101.
Yeah.
As a fellow professional wrestling fan.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the tribal chief himself, Mr. Roman Reigns. Go ahead.
I don't consider him a villain.
Okay. Well, I'm on the Usos inside, so I'm going with the tribal chief himself,
Nice.
Roman Reigns. I mean, yes. Do you know who Roman Reigns is?
Shannon's a big wrestling fan.
Okay, good. All right. So that's what I was worried about. I know Adam was a big wrestling fan. I wasn't sure if there was anybody else.
But I hate Superman more. So
right. The Bloodline storyline is just it's pure cinema. It's
great
fantastic.
Stuff.
They've really done a great job with that. That has been one of the best storylines I can think of since the old NWO.
Oh, I just now that I saw Mr. Scampers, I got it. It took me a second. I've got a 3-month-old. Bear with me.
Oh, congratulations! By the way,
what were you watching for that? The OC?
No, actually, Blood and Guts. But
nice. Jeff.
All right, so this draft has not gone any way that I.
What do you mean?
Now, I should have all 7 of mine.
Yeah, I got a list of 49 different ones thinking I'd be sniped, and I got.
That's hilarious. Don't. If you take mine though, right here, I'm gonna be so mad.
I was hoping to snipe you by taking Spider-Man, but I don't know if I could do that one. So. All right, so this one I thought would have been drafted already, especially with the popularity of these movies. But the fact that he's still there, I'll grab him up. And I think that the mark of a good villain is when they think they're doing the right thing by what they're doing.
Nope.
And I'll take the Thanos from the Avengers.
I was waiting on that.
Yeah.
Me
Nice.
too.
Mid.
Do I have to give this to you now, Jeff? The
Yes.
mini gauntlet back here. Oh, and actually, you know what it's held up by back here is
What is happening?
a beer bottle.
A beer bottle.
That's how it's held up
Becky's
back
bottle.
Nice.
But it,
It's
I don't
holding-
know. My kids play with it sometimes, but it does also.
Oh, nice.
Nice,
And
nice.
it does
Don't
the
snap your fingers.
little snap. Hold
Half
on.
of
let
us
me
disappear.
Be careful.
Is that like a?
Half of us
is that
will
like
lose
a
internet.
Is that like a
Right.
new fleshlight or something?
Oh my god.
Is that a wow? You're not gonna let that go, are you?
That's a baller move if that's what you're using as your flush.
It
Very-
really-
Very impressive.
Not for
Very
me.
impressive. Very impressive.
Adam, I think it's your turn.
It is, Jeff. Great job. I have 3. I like Jeff. I had put down a number of names, and I was worried that these were going to get sniped. So I'll get at least 2 of them. So, and I'm sorry to do this. I don't mean to plug my own Instagram account or anything like that. But
Why
if you go to my Instagram stories, it's at Adam Rank NFL. I have in my stories. There's a link to this otter that lives off the coast of Southern California that they're trying to catch, and I'm like, why are you trying to catch this otter? It's in the ocean where it belongs. Like, leave it there. You're in it's harassing these surfers. I'm like, fuck the surfers. Like, you're going into his house. Like, what other instance? If this otter was walking into some Spicoli's house and going in there and trying to steal his bong, I get it. Like, fuck that otter. Get him out of here. But this otter's just in the ocean and it's messing around. I'm like, why are we doing this? Like, no, not. And it's the otters. And I'm going to use this as a combo because I'm also Team Orca. Stay away from the orcas.
Yes.
The orcas, you're in their house. Like, and if this was Florida, they should just be like, stand your ground. They're in their house. Stand your ocean. Stand your water.
Yeah.
Okay. Stand your water. It's their Second Amendment. Whatever. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. So any sea life out there that's trying to, and I guess this plays the Jaws as well, but it's like, we're in their world then. We have no, this is why I can be mad at Superman's coming to my house. Okay. I can be like, get out of here. We don't need you. Like, you have too many powers. Nobody deserves to have that much power. Get out of here. It's an unfair. It's like Barry Bonds, with the steroids. It's like, it's not fair. It's a performance enhancing drug. To Superman, the yellow glow of the sun is a performance enhancing drug. Like, all right, I'll throw this green piece of kryptonite around my neck and we'll see who's a badass now. Similarly, stay out of the ocean. If you don't want to be eaten by an orca or an otter, if you don't want them gnawing on, whatever. Like, stay out of the ocean. So all sea life that's being harangued right now, unfairly labeled as the victim. I don't play that game.
Let me talk.
So
that
your
point real
villain
quick.
is the fisherman?
It's the surfers. The surfer.
The surfers.
All right. Okay.
To touch on the otter
Okay.
real quick, just so everybody's aware, his mother was in captivity because she did the same thing. She then had that otter in captivity, and they're like, "Oh, we shouldn't be keeping this one in here because it's the mother." They released him, and now he's doing this.
It's right before they let her. She's like, "All right, here, this is what you do when you get out of here."
It's such a great in that that mom's like, avenge me. Like they were taking him away. Avenge me!
Yes.
Perfect villain.
It is such a great revenge story. So it is one of my favorite things going on right now. And then God, so I've got a couple. Oh, I don't know which one I want to go with. Oh, you know what? Since reality TV shows have already been mentioned at least once by Shannon, I'm gonna go with my favorite reality TV show villain. I'm gonna go with Johnny Bananas, who I feel like again gets cast. Not only does he get cast, the production and everything puts him in this light of a villain. He's a villainous guy. He's very strategic in the way that he plays, but he also leans into it, and he knows what he's doing. Like it's not an accident, and he's not somebody. He doesn't go into confessional and try to cry like, "Oh, nobody understands." He's like, "Nope, F you. This is the way that I'm playing." And also, he was the first one to not share his money when they did that thing, which I've actually met Johnny Bananas a couple of times. I know him. We know each other. I've always tried to get it out of him of like, you gave her money, right? Like at some point, like you, but for the show, that is a secret he will not give me. But I think that for somebody who plays it up and somebody who loves reality TV, I love Shannon's pick, but I'm going to go with my guy, Johnny B.
Wait, is this a Survivor too? Or
no, this is the challenge.
Oh. MTV's Road Rules, Real World. Yeah, it started off as the Real World Road Rules Challenge. Now it's just a thing on its own where it's just the challenge. And now people are just challenge competitors. And it'll be coming to CBS this fall, hosted by TJ Lavin. It'll be the Challenge All-Stars against CBS Reality All-Stars. And there you go.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to ask this. What is this? What is the premise of the challenge?
It's Big Brother, but you can go outside.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's a good way to describe things.
Yeah. As long as you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I got a couple on my list. I think one of them will come back to me. So I'm gonna go. So many ways I can go here. I got so many names on my list.
I love that you have 49. I capped mine at 7. Actually, no, I have 8 because I thought Johnny Bananas was going to be.
All right, I'm going to stay in the Star Wars universe, and I'm going to sort of show my nerddom for Star Wars, because if you only watch the movies, you think this guy died. He got cut in half.
Oh, no.
It's on my list.
If you go watch the animated series, The Clone Wars, which me and my daughter are in season 3 right now, rewatching it for me, watching it for her for the first time. But Darth Maul, one of the coolest characters ever. I think he was.
Damn it, Jeff.
He was. I'm glad I took him. I was thinking about letting him go one more round, but
no.
Yeah, Darth Maul is one of my favorite characters in the Star Wars universe.
Not even the Clone Wars, but he is also in Rebels.
Yep.
He's in the Han Solo movie. Spoiler alert. But once they start talking about Crimson Dawn, you're like,
yeah.
I have a good feeling of who this person is.
Now, do you know how Darth Maul actually died?
I do.
I do.
He was,
wait, hold on.
It was
Whoa.
Jamie spoils all the movies.
What are you doing?
Jamie, that's what he does. That's what he does. He spoils
No.
all the movies. He spoiled, like, last time he spoiled 3 movies for me. He just blurts it out.
Don't no. There's people who are being introduced to all the Star Wars animated series.
Yeah. Jamie.
It's even a spoiler alert to say that he was in, Clone Wars and Rebels and everything, but you'd figure that out eventually.
Jeff, that's awesome that you're starting with that with your daughter. I just started yesterday with my son, Batman the Animated Series. He's now getting into Batman, and he's like, Daddy, I want to watch a Batman cartoon. And my wife did not understand why I got up so fast and so excited to go turn on Batman the Animated Series. This was one of my favorite shows of all time.
Because Kevin Conroy is the one true Batman.
I will agree with you there.
Oh, this is like last time. conversation, wasn't it? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I remember.
Ooh.
Deja
He
vu.
is
It is deja vu. Yeah.
What about Jason Sudeikis in movie 46? I thought he was a good Batman.
He can be good, but not Kevin Conroy good.
Okay. Jay.
Oh, I'm up. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Couple of different ways I could go here, but you know what? I'm gonna go with one of the most hated TV villains of all time in Joffrey Baratheon. I don't think I've ever seen more people agree. Like Adam said, with Superman, there's characters that people disagree on. Have their different. I've never seen one single person try to defend Joffrey, and I think the entire universe cheered. But well, I don't want to spoil anything for people who have not seen Game of Thrones, but something bad happens to him, and I will. That's all I'll say. So everybody's
That's a great pick.
Yeah. So
Is that the guy that loses his?
No.
Is it the little blonde kid?
It's the little snot-nosed
Okay.
kid that everybody just wants to suck in the face.
Yeah, I've never seen Game of Thrones except like the one time that Jason Momoa was on. So yeah, I don't know. Got to have a reason. There's got to be a reason. Jamie.
Oh, geez, so many.
Can you do it without doing a spoiler, Jamie? That's the question.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Peter Pan.
Peter Pan is a villain?
Yeah, he like kidnaps children, and then when they start to grow up, he kills them. That's why you don't see adults in his group.
But they don't grow old.
Like the ones that actually got away and escaped are the pirates, and that's why he keeps trying to fight the pirates all the time.
Oh my God, he's a child trafficker.
Yep.
Wow.
It's like a dark turn.
It did really quick and surprising. It was Jamie that took the dark turn.
Wow.
What? No spoiler alert there.
Peter Pan.
Wow.
And if you actually watch the new Chip and Dale movie, it explains why he's the villain.
I have seen that.
Wow.
That the chipmunks?
Yeah.
It's not Magic Mike, but no.
I was thinking.
Peter Pan grows up to run a strip club. And
Exactly. And her name is Selma Hayek. Shannon.
Peter Pan? I've got a tattoo of Peter Pan on my leg.
Way to go, Jamie.
Wow. I hope you're proud of yourself. Weird.
Just ruined your childhood.
Jeez. You didn't ruin it. It's just a really, really big left turn there. Okay. I'm also a nerd, but I'm not picking Star Wars or whatever. I'm gonna pick an anime character. His name is Vegeta. He is the Prince of all Saiyans in the show Dragon Ball Z.
Nice.
He basically goes around destroying planets, killing people. He eventually does become a good guy. However, he's very smart and he's very strong. He's cool looking, got a great voice. Vegeta.
I like it.
Jeff, you know anime?
It's a little bit before my time or after my time, I guess. But I worked at Toys R Us when it was huge, so I got to see all the kids coming in, getting the cards and all that stuff. So I saw it as an adult.
Okay, I'm surprised. I'm surprised and amazed. I love that. I love that for you, Jeff. That anime. I really do. Terry.
All right. I am going to, let's see if people figure it out, Star Trek. And I am going to do
better not.
Khan.
Oh my fucking God, that was my next pick.
Not anymore.
Nope.
Which Khan?
Nope.
Which Khan?
Well,
Which Khan?
They were both good.
Mm-hmm.
Roberto
Montalban.
Yes, and
Benedict Cumberbatch.
yes. So, it's hard to say which one. I like how Spock beat up on the Khan when he thought he killed Captain Kirk. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I give it away?
Way to go, Terry.
That's been long. That's been long enough. We're fine.
Khan.
Yes,
Damn
he
it.
was mad, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So, but Khan had that super. He survived it. He survived
super.
Spock.
This is me scratching off my list, Terry.
And he good.
No.
You know, and you could say his crew probably thought he was a good guy because he was doing it for his crew.
Right. Okay. Whatever. I have to regroup. Okay. So I'm gonna go television series. The television series Person of Interest with there was like so many good bad guys in there. Before he was in Black Panther, in Baku and Black Panther, he was in Person of Interest. Before Leslie Odom was on stage as Hamilton, he was the bad guy in Person of Interest, or he thought he was a good guy, but he was a bad guy. But the ultimate bad guy in Person of Interest, in my opinion, was Elias. So his story, the Person of Interest, in case you guys don't know, this guy gets the computer prints out Social Security numbers, and the Social Security number is someone who's in danger, and it prints out Elias's Social Security number. So what's his face goes to save him, and it turns out that Elias was the one who did the killing, that he was in danger because the people that he killed, it was like a gang war, the Russian gang war, were coming after him, but he saves them, and through the rest of the thing, Elias is like this really deep, mean underworld guy, and he's played by the guy who plays
Veronica Mars'
dad. So he has like the most unassuming looking man ever.
Yeah.
And he's this big crime boss. So Elias from Person of Interest is my 227. And then my 301. Is that right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That sounds right.
That feels right.
Yeah.
It feels right. My 301 is okay. This really hurts me really bad, but Alonzo Harris. It's the only time Denzel Washington played a bad guy in Training Day. And he was like the worst. And I hate that Denzel Washington was a bad guy, but he was like a really, really good bad guy in Training Day. And so he should have been higher on my list, but I knew no one's going to take him because it's Denzel and no one wants to see Denzel as a bad guy.
That's a great
I'm reading that as he was a cop.
He was a cop, but
yeah,
but shut up. He was a dirty cop, and
bad guy.
Or, wait a minute, what?
Oh wait,
I might have gotten a little too political there. My bad.
I was gonna say I was towing that line as well. Like,
yeah, King Kong ain't got shit on me. The best line, and it's a Denzel line, and no one can say it like Denzel. And I think it's the only movie that he's ever played a bad guy. The only movie.
And I think it's the first one he won. He won an Oscar for. Isn't that right?
No, he won an Oscar for Glory. He won
a
supporting actor. This is the first one he won the actor for.
As the actor, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he won the supporting actor.
I only know that because of a rap lyric. It's something like Denzel had to be crooked before he took it. Basically talking about the
Wait, let me hear it again, Jeff.
He was a bad guy in American Gangster too, right?
Yeah.
Well, was he? Was he though? I mean,
that's arguably.
Yeah, that's arguably.
That's
arguably
the word of the day.
He's a bad guy.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. TeeV Terry. I don't think he was a bad guy in American Gangster. I think he was like part of the.
Wasn't he like a drug?
He was a mob boss
or something like that.
Yeah. But they all were mob bosses.
There you go.
He had to survive. What do you want him to do?
All right, this is like the second time drugs have been brought up in both in negative connotations. So drugs are bad.
Yeah, why?
Is that what I'm reading? Drugs are bad.
I never said that. Yeah, I agree with Lee. He was a friendly kingpin.
Right?
There's a thing. It's a thing. Ooh, Antihero. That is like Taylor Swift's best song.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, there you go.
Taylor Swift.
It's a great song.
No, I love it. It's great.
Okay.
I'm in.
Hello, it's me, Terry.
Yes, I'm trying to decide.
If you pick another one of mine, I'm going to mute you because apparently I have that ability.
Oh, okay. No. I'm trying to stall. I just don't know which direction to go. We are all over the place.
It is great. I love that.
So I think I am going to go with Jafar from
Ooh.
Aladdin.
Okay, I had him down, but I probably wouldn't have picked him. But I like it. So
You
the Robin
know,
Williams
no
Aladdin.
words to be
Robin
said.
Williams, the Robin Williams Aladdin. He was really good.
Sure.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Jafar, he was pretty much the same in every Aladdin.
I didn't see the Will Smith live action.
Yeah, he was
That
still
was
the bad
one
guy.
of the better live remakes of all the
Yeah?
Disney
I thought
movies.
so too.
Who played Jafar in that?
I don't
Couldn't
know.
tell you.
Benedict
No, I can't either.
No, no. I refuse to say Benedict Cumberbatch.
joking. Just kidding.
I'm really liking
everything.
Scamper's choices in the chat. It's the one that made me laugh. If anybody sees me laughing, I'm laughing at Scamper's. He said Alf for obvious reasons, and that just
Whoa.
made me about losing.
Aliens, man. Like that's
Right,
the
well,
thing. Like don't
Eating
trust
cats.
them aliens.
I mean,
Yeah, he is a cat. So
Don't trust the aliens.
Scampers is a cat. And
He also said heart disease.
that's another good one.
So,
Yeah,
And a broken
I like that
phone
one.
charging port. That is the worst. I think I'd at least have wireless charging.
Oh. Thank you for putting that in context for me, because I read
Apple-
that and I had no idea what he was doing.
Apple chargers. Yeah. Like, why can't you use the phone? Same one for the phone and the computer. Stop it.
Money.
Yeah.
So then you say Apple is the villain, right?
Could be. Oh, yeah.
Could be. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Although thank you, Jay, for putting that broken phone charger. I had no idea where that was going. I honestly saw it and I was like, what's he talking about? But that makes sense. All right. I like it. And Shannon.
I'm going to go with Hans Gruber.
Oh,
My list.
yes.
So from the reaction, it seems like we know who that person is.
Yes. I
That's a
just
good
saw
one.
it again.
Greatest Christmas movie of all time.
It is.
Yes. Yeah, I watch it every Christmas.
Genuinely, how fun. Just he and John over the walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
The rapport he had with his crew. Great.
Poor.
I feel like he's probably a good boss, though, because they really seem to love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
The
what
blonde
great-
guy, the blonde guy wouldn't give up. Like that guy, like eventually, like if I had survived, I would have just bounced. I'd have been like, oh yeah,
Well,
I'm leaving.
but he was fighting for a different reason. I mean, his brother was killed at the beginning.
Fair enough.
So.
All right, that's fair.
And then when
Terry,
he and John
I'm sorry,
do come
I'm
face to
bouncing.
face, and he like acting like he's one of the hostages.
Yeah.
Yes, with the
everything.
accent.
Dude, just tremendous stuff. Hans Gruber,
Hans Gruber.
just
I like
a
it.
tremendous villain. Because when a lot of times when villains and heroes, like there's a few examples I won't throw out to me, but when like they don't meet for a while or they don't meet at all, and these two guys had a back and forth, but then when they finally met, he like played him. Oh my gosh, tremendous stuff. Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber is a good choice. A very good choice. Not that I'm surprised you had a good choice, but I'm surprised you picked Hans Gruber.
No, it's okay if you're surprised.
No, it's great.
No.
That's a great choice.
It is a great choice. It is. Hans
I
Gruber.
don't know if it's better than. Hold on, let me check my notes. Peter Pan.
Jamie,
I'm doing my best.
Jamie, you're up again, Jane.
I just want to make a correction. The best Christmas movie ever made was Die Hard.
We already said that. That's what we
That's
said.
exactly what everybody
Yeah.
said.
Oh, okay.
That's where Hans Gruber's from.
That's where you should say that the
I was
greatest villain,
thinking the Mick
people-
Gruber movie.
the
That's
poop,
what you were talking about.
all right. That's all right.
So-
Safe to Slay with Bill Goldberg is a close second.
So what pick are we on? How many more we got?
This is yours.
This is 4, right?
4.
4. All right. I'm gonna go with let's see. NFL's ultimate villain. It's the Sue.
The what?
Kickers?
Sue.
Oh, so that,
Ndamukong Suh?
Yeah. However you spell his first name.
yeah.
Domika.
Ndamukong-
Yeah. He doesn't play by the rules. He's dirty. Kicks people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to be the NFL's most famous villain.
Oh, no.
So you
No.
go Peter Pan and then Adonis.
Yep.
He's all over the place. He has no strategy.
So you gotta take your tight ends and your receivers, quarterbacks.
Dominic can
Let's switch it up.
Okay. All right. Sure.
He didn't check the scoring before he started drafting.
That's true.
Jay, your turn.
So I know Darth Vader went, and it's kind of in the same vein, but some of these younger people watching might not know who this is. I'm going with Dark Helmet from Spaceballs.
Great choice.
Simply for this one line, and I looked it up so I would make sure I would get it right. So I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Now let's see how you handle it. I mean, come on.
That is a great movie.
That is a great movie. I haven't watched that in a while. I think I may watch that tonight after the show.
It needs a rewatch.
Oh, okay. That's a great choice. Jeff.
All right. So since we've completely gone off script here.
Yes. I'm changing answers.
No, you stick with your answer.
Yeah.
So we did a similar show a couple of months ago on my show where we did villains, but we did cartoon villains. You got to stick with just cartoons. In my 101 in that draft, I'm going to take now. And if you grew up in the 80s, you're going to know this cartoon. The villain is Gargamel, and it's Cat Azrael from the Smurfs. The Smurfs. How do you hate the Smurfs? And Gargamel.
Smurf you for taking that choice.
Yeah, Gargamel and Azrael growing up, that was the bad guy as a kid watching cartoons when cartoons were innocent.
Somewhat.
Yeah, somewhat. So you
Except for the fact that you're trying to sell toys the whole time.
Yeah.
All right. After the show, you need to look up the origins of where the Smurfs came from. It's actually pretty dark.
That was there's a lot of Smurfs and only one female. I don't know. I don't know how innocent this whole thing is.
Very innocent at all.
I don't know. What is happening in that village? Oh man. Oh, is it me, by the way?
It is you.
It is. It's on you.
At the risk of spoiling Ted Lasso, I'm on season 3, episode 3. But so if you've not gotten that far, you might want to mute this. I will give you a signal like this. That's when you can come back. Because I want to say that what are the okay, so bounce out. I think that Nate the Great is actually one of the like that whole turn of events is so incredible of a guy who was like, when you see him in the first couple of episodes and the way he's written through and the way he turns and why he turns and everything and how opportunistic he is. And it's like, it's too true to life to where you're like, I don't like this. Like, it's like some of these, like maybe I see a redeeming quality or something like that. But like at this point of where the show is, I hate that person.
Yeah.
I don't like him at all.
That's
and so I did put Nate the Great in. So you can come back. All
right. Thank you. Appreciate that. And I appreciate the warning because I hate spoilers.
Yes.
Jamie.
And then so Jamie. What the hell? And if you've not watched all of the Gilmore Girls, one of my other favorite villains is Huntsberger. Oh,
Amanda,
Huntsberger.
Is that her name? Amy? What is it?
No, Huntsberger's the dad of the blonde kid's dad. I can't even remember the kid. I don't even remember his son's name.
Oh, yeah.
But Huntsberger, who owns
Luke?
the paper. No, it's not Luke.
Luke too?
No.
Just stop.
Rory's boyfriends for the most part are Christopher's the dad, but there's Jamie. There's I don't know why I can't think of Huntsberger's the kids, but Huntsberger, Logan. So
Logan, I knew it wasn't out. All right.
Huntsberger, the dad, is the only one who ever like calls Rory on her shit. Who's just like, yeah, because like that whole town of Stars Hollow bends over backwards to put Rory on this pedestal, like she's this great person, and like, oh, she's stolen boats, she's done all sorts of shit, and like everybody just applauds her. And Huntsberger was the only one who sat her down and was like, yeah, you're just not that good. He just told her to her face, like, I don't think you got it. And it was just like, I was watching that series being like, fucking finally, yes. I'm so over this chick and their fucking problems. And Huntsberger nailed it. And if you ever see the reunion, you're like, Huntsberger had it correct. So congratulations to you, Huntsberger. So as I bring it back, so those are my two.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I've never seen Gilmore Girls, but
Oh my gosh, you're missing out.
That's a bit. Yeah, you need to binge that one.
That
Really?
is oh my God, yes.
okay.
I don't see you doing that, Gladys. Go ahead.
It's one of those things. It's like, yeah, totally. Like never.
Right. Yeah, right.
I've seen it, but I don't think she would.
Yeah. It's like too goody. I mean, okay. Anyway, Jeff.
All right, I'm gonna go with it's one of my favorite movies of all time, and it has one of my favorite scenes of all time when the villain that I'm about to draft sees that the person that he thought was dead is still alive and is now fighting in the arena he loves so much. And I'm gonna go with Commodus from the movie The Gladiator. And one of my favorite scenes is when he realizes he's like, slaves, do not turn your back on me. And he turns around and says, you know, I forget the exact quote, but basically like, I'm Maximus Aurelius, and I used to lead the armies. And you could tell that the Commodus's face just drops, and he's like, he's still alive. My guys told me he was dead. And one of my favorite scenes of any movie I've ever seen. So
is this like the Russell Crowe, Joaquin Phoenix movie?
Yes,
okay.
Yep.
Is Commodus Joaquin Phoenix in?
Yes, he is. Yep, he is the villain in that show.
Oh, yeah, that's the one they.
Yeah, the
Okay.
thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs down?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, I've seen it. I think. I like it. Old school. And I think it's Jay's turn again.
It is. And this one hurts calling him a villain because he's the protagonist in one of my favorite shows. But if you really sit down and think about it, Dexter Morgan, he's really the villain when it comes to Dexter. Only we're talking about, there's different levels and stuff like that. But he's killing people. He's some people deserve it, and then eventually, I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't watched it when they fixed all the mistakes of the last 4 seasons with the final season. But yeah, he's the villain. One of my favorite shows, one of my favorite characters ever. But
I hear it's a great show to binge watch and make babies.
Yeah,
that's kind of what happens.
Is John Lithgow? He's a bad guy in that, right?
Yes, and that's my favorite season by far. That's after that season.
That should have been the last season.
Yep, exactly. It went downhill after that.
Yeah.
Trinity Killer. The final 2 or 3 scenes in that season. That season is my favorite season of any TV show ever.
Wow.
So good, yeah.
That's a good pick.
It is a good pick. Jamie?
I'm going to go Negan from The Walking Dead.
That's a good
one. Yeah. So you guys all seen it, right?
No, I've never seen the one. I don't watch zombie movies.
I've heard it, but
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I mean, he's the most badass guy. He's like the leader of like hundreds of people. He just goes around smashing people's face in with baseball bat with barbed wire wrapped around it.
Ew, is he a zombie?
No, he's actually
killing zombies. Or is he killing...
No, he's making zombies.
Oh.
He's doing what he has to protect his people.
Okay.
And then I don't know if you guys know that the new show just started recently.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched it, or I'm watching it.
I used to love The Walking Dead, and that's another show that dropped off hard. And I saw it through with Dexter because I loved it so much, but I had to stop with Walking Dead.
I finished it.
I got to the Whisperers, and that's when I stopped.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same beats, but it was fine.
All right, Shannon.
Okay, Negan, arguable that he's not a good guy. I love that pick. It's a great pick.
He's one of those on the line. I'm with you.
Mine is going to be another cut here from the show Supernatural. Azazel, the yellow-eyed demon.
Yes. It's a great show.
In the show, he's one of the main antagonists. Basically, his whole thing is he likes to break people so that they eventually do turn evil because he likes to bring suffering. His main goal is to free Lucifer from a chamber in hell, and also to turn Sam Winchester evil because Sam is like the best of the best as far as like having kindness and goodness in his heart or whatever. So if he can get Sam to be bad, then he really feels accomplished with himself. But also to free Satan. He's a real bad dude. And I love that show.
I love that show. It's a great show. Terry!
Hey.
That's
All right. So I am going with the movie from 2002. And the villain is the man from Undercover Brother.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Needless to say, no more needs to be said. We know all of us that the man is the
100%.
guy.
Yep.
Mike,
Great choice.
How did you spell that? C-O-E? Just kidding.
The
Kind.
man. Yes, I know.
Not Becky Lynch. Not Becky Lynch, but got it.
Right.
all right. So for my last pick in the 5th round, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. My last pick in the 5th round, I'm going Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I am going the gentleman from the Hush episode where the fairy tale guys and they took people's voices so you couldn't scream and then they cut your heart out. So I was terrified. That was like probably one of the scariest series I've ever seen ever. So the gentleman from the Hush would be my last pick of the 5th round. And then my first pick of the 6th round, I'm going to go with another TV show. I do not have a lot of TV shows. No. So I'm going to go movie. And I'm going to go with another Denzel movie. But I don't think this character had a name. In the movie Fallen, the character's a fallen angel that goes from person to person, like just by touch.
Yeah.
With the Rolling Stones' "Time Is on My Side" song. The fallen angel in the movie Fallen is like one of the scariest villains in a movie I've ever seen. And especially, spoiler alert, I won't say it, but the ending is that this angel doesn't have to go through people. So don't feel safe towards the end if you think he's like not surrounded by people. I'm just saying, don't want to spoil it for you, but that happens. A cat, Mr. Scampers. A cat.
Oh no, now I'm worried. I didn't even think about that with Mr. Scampers.
Yes, it's the cat, Mr. Scampers. So as long as he hasn't been in Philly, we're good, because that's where the movie takes place. Terry?
All right, back to me. I am doing another movie.
Okay.
But it was a long time ago, 1979, one of my favorite movies, The Warriors.
Ooh,
and my bad guy is Luther.
Yes.
Warriors.
Yes.
I did that today with beer bottles when I was walking away from the bar. No one got it.
No reason. I just
work
like
with kids. Exactly. That's a great movie. That's yeah. He was like psycho. He even looked psycho. Like you could tell when you saw him on the screen.
He did.
He loved his job. Villain. You can't hate him for that.
He did.
He loved his job. Shannon.
That's a great pick. That scene, I mean, it goes on so long that it actually is so uncomfortable. But it's so good.
Yes.
The way he's like just screaming and screeching it at the end. Some good shit.
Really good. Really good.
So I'm gonna pick someone who just was oozing charisma to me when I was a kid and I first saw this movie, or younger. I'm gonna pick Frost from the movie Blade, played by Stephen Dorff. I love vampires. I just really do. And that character just was, as people would say, rizzing all over the place. I mean, it was just oozing off of him, you know? And he's taken out old vampires. He's taken out humans. Blade, the opening scene is like one of my favorites. Like I can't decide between that and Gangs of New York as far as like an opening to a movie that I'm like, this is the best opening to a movie I've ever seen in my life. Frost from the movie Blade, just risen all over the place.
Was he risen all over the place, Shannon? Yeah.
100%.
But did he binge watch TV shows? That's the question.
Jamie.
We got what? 2 more picks left.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go back to the comics. Let's see. Let me pick a good one. Go.
Wolverine.
No.
Like Bill Burr? Like, what are you saying?
Cinderella? You taking Cinderella?
Oh, comics, like comic books. Oh, you're doing like stand-ups. Hey, Dana Carvey.
Joe Rogan. No. I'm gonna go with Bruce Wayne's older brother, Thomas Wayne Jr.
I'm sorry, who is this?
Thomas Wayne Jr.
Right, who is he?
He's Bruce Wayne's older brother. He took on the alter ego Owlman. So on Earth 3, Bruce and his older brother, they planned on killing.
Oh my God. I was
money.
thinking Bruce Lee. That's why I was
Bruce
messed up.
Wayne.
I don't know why. I don't know why I was. I was thinking Bruce Lee. I got it now. Bruce Wayne.
So yeah, so they plan on killing the parents so they can inherit all the money. But at the last minute, Bruce changed his mind, and they had an argument. And then Alfred shows up, shoots Bruce and both of the parents. He gets all the money, and later on he becomes Owlman. His plan was to destroy the multiverse. He actually killed a lot of the superheroes in his universe. So it was pretty much Batman, but evil Batman.
Okay. And
Solid.
yeah, that was a solid pick because I didn't know he had a younger brother. I thought he died. So.
Well, he usually does die as a child in most of the Batmans that we know.
Oh,
but
okay.
in Earth 3, that's when he became Owlman.
Okay.
Bruce is the one that died.
Solid pick. I like it. Jay.
Oh, it's my turn. Let's see. Sorry about that.
No
Let's
worries.
see. There was 2 that I was looking at, and which ones were they? You know what? I am going to stick with the comic theme, not comedians, with comic books. And I'm going to go specifically in the MCU. I'm going to go with Killmonger.
Ooh.
I think, and he's another one that he's, the best villains are the ones that you kind of see their point. So,
Plus, he is super hot.
well,
Michael B. Jordan is super
They
hot.
had that in his notes, by the way.
He's a handsome man. I'll say that.
I
Okay.
looked at it.
Super hot. That's where we're going with that. Killmonger. Whoosh. Whoosh. Like it. I like it because he's super hot. Jeff. I like my
All right, so I got sort of a theme going here with great movie scenes, and this villain has one of the greatest, at least in my opinion, sort of comparisons talking about superheroes and how every superhero has to dress up and wear a disguise to be the superhero, except for Superman, where he has to dress down to be human so that no one recognizes him. It's a whole monologue that he goes through, and that movie is Kill Bill 2. And I'm thinking Bill as my villain. But if you've never seen that last scene where he goes through and talks about Superman and how he has to dress down, it's a great monologue to listen to. I've listened to that movie a billion times.
There's so many of those in any sort of Quentin Tarantino movie.
Absolutely.
Where like his little takes on things, his takes on Top Gun, or like anything that's like that he just wedges into these movies, I think is fantastic. And so yeah.
Yep.
That's really good.
That's
a great pick. I'm gonna actually I'm gonna ad lib one because it sprung to mind through all these conversations, and I wanted to go back to a superhero. And thinking about Ben Affleck as Batman, I thought about his character from Mallrats, Shannon, the guy who works at the Fashionable Mail. Like, what a terrible person! He's so bad. Like, oh, he likes to put it in an uncomfortable place, like the back of a Volkswagen. Like, what a real creep. And then it turns out, he's also, there's some other things going on. I feel like that's, I know, I wish that was my walk-off. I feel really good about that one. I guess for my 7th pick, I wanted to use this one for quite some time, but I'll break it out here. Since I started with Superman, I'm going to go with another one that people probably won't see, but like, Woody from Toy Story sucks. I hate Woody so much. He is just a fucking garbage. Not a human, a toy. So jealous. Like, I'm sorry, Buzz Lightyear was cooler than you. Like, at some point, like you were so cool when you were the top dog. And then they make Mr. Potato Head, poor Don Rickles. Like, even at the end of the movie, the go-kart goes through Potato Head. Like, why Mr. Potato Head spot on the whole time. Like he knows. Like he's like, no, you're being a jealous bitch, and all this stuff is wrong. And whether Woody finally realizes the errors of his way, like Mr. Potato Head was actually spot on. Like he knew what he was talking about. Why does he get ruined? Why would you cheer for that? Why would I want my child to be like, oh, Mr. Potato Head got? I'm like, no, Mr. Potato Head was the one who saw through the bullshit and was like, no, this guy is not acting appropriately. He's acting out of jealousy. He's not acting very kind. He's not being welcoming. Like, oh, sure. When he knew he was going to be the guy that rides in Andy's car, of course, like, hey, find a travel buddy. Nobody's going away. Nope. I don't like him and I'll never trust him. And as human beings, I would probably take Tom Hanks over Tim Allen, but it sucks in that movie. Ugh, very tough for me.
I think that's right up there.
You started off strong there with the Superman, but you really redeemed yourself here.
It's all about redemption.
Rafe knows what he's talking about.
Right.
Chip.
All right, so I'm going to wrap it up with one more from one of my favorite movies of all time, and a great scene. And so the scene is set up in a bar where he's talking about a rat, and the whole time he's talking to Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's actually the rat. And if you've ever seen, there's a Matt Damon interview where he's talking about this particular villain, and Jack Nicholson played the villain, and he keeps saying when he kills somebody, execution style, he's like, and if you leave the camera rolling.
Keep the camera rolling.
Exactly. If you've ever seen that interview, it's awesome. Yes. Go look that up. But I'm taking Frank Costello from the movie The Departed, one of the best movies I've seen. So great actors in that movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
Really?
Jay, what?
Yeah, great call. Yeah, great call.
Yeah, that was. Jeff?
Final pick, correct?
Final pick, sir.
All right. Well, little foreshadowing from Adam earlier, calling the Yankees the villain. I'm going to go with the leader of those villains, originally Mr. George Steinbrenner. May he rest in peace. Everybody, if you're not a Yankees fan, you despise George Steinbrenner, and I understand why. But as a Yankees fan, he's everything I want in a owner of a team. He doesn't want to line his pockets. He's already got his money. All the guy wanted to do was win. Yes, did he make some, meddle with the team too much sometimes? Yeah, and as he got older, he saw his ways. But I want an owner of my franchise to do whatever it takes, whether it's spend money to win, and that's what George Steinbrenner did. Not like his son Hal, who's a cheap bastard and won't spend out for anything other than Aaron Judge. So,
yeah, but didn't he not let anybody have facial hair?
So that's still a rule for the Yankees.
Still a thing,
and no tattoos either.
Shannon, we would not be playing. Or Jeff as well. Yeah.
Yeah, not for the Yanks.
Now you'd be good. You got the stash. That's acceptable. But anything past that,
I've got a holy black arm. I think they're not letting me.
Yeah,
play.
you
just have to wear long sleeves. Is what it is.
I'm not playing for the Yanks. It's okay. I don't even know that I would want to play golf in the state of New York the way those people act up there.
Wow.
I'm just saying, they're vicious.
Wow. See, Terry, everyone
it is true. There is some of that. Yeah.
That's some foreshadowing.
I was born in New York, and I agree. That's why I'm glad I live in North Carolina now. So,
Yankee or New Yorkers, very vicious. Boston, racist. Utah, racist. So it's
oh my God,
I can just not play in those places.
Wow. Okay. That was just a really broad generalization, but okay. Jamie.
All right. Can it be a group of people?
No.
Sure.
Do it.
Okay. So these are real
little
life,
concerned where this is
real
going.
life,
I'm not gonna lie.
These are real life villains. They're actually my personal nemesis.
The Sacklers.
It's all you non-Roshan.
Oh, Roshan Johnson. He's about to give a Roshan.
All you non-Roshan Johnson truthers out there, you guys need to stop. I'm sick of arguing with you. I'm sick of.
Oh my God, those are your villains.
They are my villains. I argue with them every day about it. It's how many times do I have to tell you that he had a 49% missed tackle rate and he was fourth in yards after contact per touch, And yeah, he was a 4th round pick. Well, guess what? So is Damian Pierce. And how do you guys look at him now?
Oh, they love the Damian Pierce.
Yeah, they didn't like him last year when I was drafting him in the late 2nd.
Wait, Houston's offensive coordinator obviously came from San Francisco as well, and I can't think of his name. But they run that Shanahan, Mike McDaniel thing, and they're going to favor Damian Pierce. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
But also,
so with you being a Bears fan, what do you think of Roschon?
Love him. Like, I love that whole backfield. It is if I could pick a 1B, a 7B to this villain, I was in a dynasty draft that they were holding. Like, it wasn't a slow draft, but they were holding it while I was doing my Bears podcast. That's right. The Sick Podcast with Adam Rank. If you're a Chicago Bears fan, go find the Sick Podcast with Adam Rank, sponsored by Underdog. I missed my pick, and I'm like, hey, like, I ended up with Quentin Downs, and I go to the guy that had Roschon Johnson. I'm like, hey, do you mind swapping with me? It's like, oh, no way. No way. I'm like, clearly a mistake. It wasn't his 1st round pick either. It's like, listen, I had the 1st pick in the 2nd round. He was in my queue. I don't know how Sleeper, that stupid app, skipped him, but they did. I just do the right thing. No, never. No, it's got to be much more than Quentin down. Like, F off. Like, go.
Oh.
So just to be clear, Jamie pulled a Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back and just went at people on the internet.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That is pretty much what happened in the next.
Are you
son of a bitch, I'm in.
Are you Clit Commander 486?
I'm the Clit Master.
I am the Clit Commander.
Shannon, last pick. No honorable mentions. This is your last pick.
Last
Terry,
pick.
Shannon.
Oh, but one honorable mention for me. No.
Well, he's not going to say.
It's her show. No
Honorable mentions.
picks. No extra picks. Last pick. Old Testament God.
That was literally one of my, I wanted to pick him too. What a dick. Like, his son's fun. His son is cool. Love the boy. The boy is great.
Okay, well, I'm getting off in case electricity goes through the wire.
Just some highlights here. Flooded the entire world. One lady looked back at Sodom and Gomorrah and to salt.
It's not like he did not tell her not to look. Just obey.
Oh my God.
I'm not even sure I want to go to his heaven now. I'd rather go, like, look at Buddha. Buddha's way cool. I'd rather go to his heaven. He seems happy. He's all fat. Like, yeah, he's eating tacos. Bring it all the way around.
Bring it full circle.
So Old Testament God. Highlights. He kicked some people out of a garden for eating some fruit.
Don't leave it there if you don't want him to eat it. I told my boy the other day, I said, listen, don't eat that peppermint patty. You know what I did? I didn't leave it out there for him to eat. I didn't entrap him. That was entrapment.
Sacrificed himself to himself. Weird. Impregnated teenage.
Oh my God. If you guys knew how religious Terry was, like, her brain's probably melting right now.
My pick.
I know I touched on.
Is it my turn? Is it my turn? Mine is Shannon. It's this guy.
He let me be born. I didn't ask to be here.
No.
Terry, are you okay?
I'm not sorry, Terry. That's a great 7th pick. Yes,
you will be.
I'm at the pearly gates, and Peter's like, yeah, you drafted God in the
Yes. And I'm going to be the witness. I seen it. I was there.
I know you've heard this, but we have a special place for you in hell.
Yeah.
We got a special place for you there.
Here's the basket. There you go. Terry, go ahead.
Well, mine is from Shaw and Hobbs. I got the black Superman, Braxton Lore.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, and he's hot. As long
And
as
he's
my
not
villains are
God.
I literally, it's so fun because I literally thought about like saying Christian God because
I almost put the Catholic Church, but then I thought that'd be leaving the Mormons out, and I just didn't know what to do.
I didn't want
hot. I'm not even sure I can follow that at all. My last pick, I'm going to go Cruella de Vil from a cartoon version of 101 Dalmatians, mainly because I love dogs and she's wearing a Dalmatian coat. And it steers us way away from God, which which I think might be a good thing right now, because I think my sister might, like, I don't know. She might just have a meltdown, and I'm not sure I'm here for that.
I won't be the one melting down.
You said that fire and brimstone is to come.
There you go.
All right. So that concludes the villain. we conclude with God. Started with Superman. It's all full picture.
That's how I waded into the water. So when Superman was sort of rebuked, I'm like, okay, that's why I went with Shannon from the Fashionable Male. I'm like, okay, take off.
I appreciate each and every one of you for coming. Jay, thank you for redoing your schedule. Adam, thank you for redoing your schedule.
Sure.
Both of you, I appreciate you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
Adam, once again, people who like the Bears, was that what?
Yeah.
What's happening?
The Sick Podcast with Adam Rake. If you're a fan of the Chicago Bears, it's one of the podcasts that are out there. There's mine's less bitter than everybody else. Every Bears fan hates the team and hates the organization. If you like the team and you like the Hallis family, of course, the McCaskies, you can check out the Sick Podcast. We should be having Jaquan Brisker on this week. Tyler Scott's going to be slated to come back on again in the near future. And we do a Tuesday night live stream. And then during the season, we do a show on Fridays and the Sunday wrap up. But subscribe. Actually, if you don't like the Bears, just go find the YouTube channel and subscribe. You don't have to ever listen to it. You don't have to ever download it. I don't care. You're not going to hurt my feelings. But it makes it look like when I go to Underdog and I'm like, yeah, we've got like X amount of subscribers. Give us more money. And then they say no. And I got to give out the code. And I didn't give out my code. I gave out your code when I was doing that.
Give out your code too.
No, I won't do that. No, this is your show. I would never do that. I would never walk into your house and do that. Like I wouldn't go up and beat and punch an otter in the face.
Mr. Lambert.
All right, yeah, guys, you can follow me on Twitter at Jeff Lambert77, and my show is right here on this network on Wednesday nights at 9:30. It's the Armchair Fantasy Show with me and Ryan. We are in the middle of our what I call I hate division previews, because I hate division previews. So we do them as a mock draft. We mock draft each division. We can only pick players from that division, which gets kind of dicey. Last night we did the AFC and the NFC South, which might be the two worst divisions in the NFL right now. So that was a really tough show to do. But yeah, check us out 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday nights.
And for those of you who don't know, Jeff Lambert is actually the creator and originator of all the Going for Two. Anything Going for Two, it's Mr. Lambert who we are thanking for. I'm thanking for.
Gave me my start.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Just great. And Jay.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at GManJ. I am part of the team over at Front Yard Fantasy. We like to mix the fun with fantasy football. We've got the Fantasy Football Game Show Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, which many of you have been on. Have a lot of fun there. The content manager over there, we've got a lot more going on there. And if you read the whole Bible, God is actually not a villain. So just wanted to throw that out there as well.
Yes.
He did say Old Testament. He.
That's why I said the whole thing.
Okay.
I could say.
I've read it like 3 times. I think I got the gist.
I read the children's version to my son. I'm like, we're not reading this anymore.
Jamie. Jamie. Jamie.
Sorry, I was subscribing to the Sick Podcast.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, find me on Twitter, Jamie Perogue. I'm also going for 2 on Cheat Sheet every Tuesday night, and you can find me on chats and every single one of their podcasts.
You can.
We appreciate that.
Multiple podcasts throughout the whole industry.
And don't be like Peter Pan, says Mr. Scampers.
Or Alf.
Or Alf.
Or Alf.
Or Alf. Terry, thank you very much for joining us this summer.
It was fun.
Have fun in school. For all of you who don't know, Terry knows nothing about sports. And that's why she joined this podcast, because she thinks people will talk about sports. It was nothing about sports. And that's.
Do any of us really?
No, not really. No, not at all. Shannon.
Arguable. You can find me at Americana _Allen on Instagram. You can find me in person at Paul Mitchell the School. If you're local to Denver, you can come get a haircut, a color, or just a shampoo.
I want all 3.
Great.
Okay.
Come see me.
I want my hair to be the same color as yours. I want that to happen.
Right, baby. Thank you for having me so much.
I appreciate it. I have enjoyed every episode. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last one, because it's every 2 weeks, and August will be the next one, and we're starting in season stuff, sports stuff. Terry's leaving me for school, and now she's probably never going to talk to me because of Shannon's God thing. So
his God complex.
His God complex. So I don't have a sister now, which is fun.
I cannot tell you.
And everyone who joined in the chat, Mr. Scamper, same overboard. I was going to say Jamie, because Jamie's always in the chat, but Jamie's not in the chat. He's right there. Lee and Jesse Patterson, the duo. Thank you guys, all of you, for chatting. And you guys like Mr. Rank's show, Jeff's show, Jay's. That is fun. Monday through Friday. You guys, you should see it. It's like a game show. I lose every time I go on, but it's still fun. So I don't care that I lose.
We gotta. Jeff was there. He lost every time, and then he absolutely
crushed it. I went for the record. I got the last question wrong, where I would have gotten the record.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. I didn't. Wasn't even close. But
Front
anyway,
Yard Fantasy on YouTube.
Front Yard Fantasy, baby.
And we just did a rebrand too, which we're really excited about.
Oh yeah, it's yellow, right?
Yeah, well, we got a bunch of different colors. So it's the main logo is yellow now, but we're kind of going with the old school vibe of like trading cards and comics and like old school NFL magazine stuff like that. So kind of fits our vibe a little more than what we had.
Cool. It looks really good. I liked it. All right, you guys, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
We will see you in. Bye, Terry. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adam.
Sorry,
thank you,
Terry.
Jay. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Shannon. And thank you, Jeff, for everything.
Good night.
Good night.
Yes.
Subscribe to Mr. Rank. I agree with Mr. Scampers. I agree with the cat for once.
Oh, thank you.